Here in North America, if I say Ford, most people think of large vehicles like the F-150 pickup truck or the Flex or Edge crossovers. But over in the rest of the world, especially in Europe, Ford is actually well known for making excellent small cars.
And Ford has decided to capitalize on this small car expertise. Instead of making cars specifically just for the North American market, they're going to take those best sellers in Europe and bring them and sell them here.
This is one of those cars, the Ford Fiesta hatchback. It's also available as a sedan. Now keep your eye out for the new Ford Focus, also designed in Europe, that will be coming early 2011.
Now Ford is investing in a big way in small cars because they know the long-term prospects for fuel are going to be more expensive. And they also know consumers will consider a small car if it's very well equipped. So this Fiesta and the new Focus are a huge deal for Ford. People don't just want a well-equipped car, they also want a good-looking car. And with that in mind, the object of the exterior styling was to have a bold design, but one that was unmistakably Ford. The large lower air intake with chrome accents, along with wraparound headlights and strong accent lines, make this subcompact car look substantial.
This Fiesta has a very meaty stance to it and looks great in the hatchback with these nice alloy wheels. I think people will be proud to own this inexpensive little car instead of feeling they have to settle and wait for something better to come along. The sedan starts at an unbelievable $12,999, and this 5-door hatchback will likely be the biggest seller, and it starts at $16,799. The standard 15-inch wheels come with wheel covers, but higher trim levels are equipped with 15 or 16-inch alloy wheels. Other nice touches include painted door handles and side mirrors, a roof-mounted antenna, and a rear wiper and spoiler on the hatchback. The hatch isn't huge, but the seats fold for more room.
The interior of this car is what you might expect from a vehicle that costs a lot more money. First of all, there's soft touch materials on the dash. Think about the price. This car starts under $13,000. That's really quite remarkable. There's different combinations of textures and materials in here. Plus, you can order this Fiesta with 6 different interior colors. Now, I do want to point one thing out. This model we have here, top of the line model, it's got things like push button start and leather seats, and it costs over 21 grand. The center console has an expensive-looking radio and communications interface, which looks more like a cell phone than a car dash, making the Fiesta a hit with technology-savvy buyers. The latest generation of Ford Sync system allows the driver to select music, make phone calls, and even receive text messages by voice commands. The system is not available on the lowest model, but is available on all other trim levels.
The front seats are very comfortable, but as you might expect, sitting in the back here, there is limited legroom. Now, this car has been targeted at urban dwellers, but I have a feeling it's really going to appeal to a single person, maybe a couple. There's not a lot of room back here for a family.
This Fiesta is not only stylish and functional on the inside, it's also class-leading on a few fronts. First of all, this vehicle is equipped with 7 airbags, one of them being a knee airbag. It also has ABS, traction, stability control, tilt and telescopic steering, and it starts for under $13,000, and that's amazing. In addition, this small car features a spirited 120 horsepower 1.6-liter 4-cylinder engine. It's equipped with either a 5-speed manual or 6-speed dual-clutch automatic. This is advanced class-leading technology, and it provides very quick shifts and better economy than the manual. Now, I prefer the manual. It makes the car more lively, but I suspect most drivers will be thrilled with the 6-speed auto. One thing to mention, though, the automatic cannot be shifted manually, but it does a pretty good job. The fuel economy numbers are very impressive. The Fiesta is rated at 7.1 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and only 5.3 on the highway. Now, to get all of the stuff we talked about in this car, including all the safety features, the beautiful interior, the advanced electronics and communications in a car that costs $40,000, well, you kind of expect that. But to get all of this in a car under $13,000 is remarkable. People ask me all the time, what's the most impressive kind of car that you get to drive? And what impresses me more and more year after year with every new model introduction is just how good small, efficient cars have become. Everything you get in this car, you can get in a car costing $100,000. That's how good they've become.
I'm really happy that Ford decided to not change anything over the European version. Over in Europe, the Fiesta is one of their best sellers, and I think watering it down would have been a mistake. North American tastes are starting to change, and we want a car that's a little bit more dynamic to drive. I think the Fiesta is very well positioned. A lot of attention went into interior noise levels and the insulation of road vibration and harshness from the occupants. The result is that this little car is relaxing and effortless to drive, even on the highway. It has no buzzy tendencies and it feels much more expensive. Ford has a new electric power steering system called ePass. Now, this system is designed to help reduce the amount of effort the driver needs to counteract things like the crown in the road, even crosswinds. Now, it works really well and it still provides excellent feedback to the driver. Overall, the Fiesta feels very well planted. It's a blast to throw around, and the lively engine helps the driver have some fun. If this is what Europe has to offer, I like it. This Fiesta is happy on the highway, but it's really happy in the city. The responsive steering is nice to turn around sharp corners. The size is very functional, and you've got great outward visibility. So when you are trying to get into tight spaces or park, you can see all four corners of the car really well.
Okay, Lacey, Ford has a lot riding on this little car. Did they get it right?
Zach, think that they did. I have to be honest, this is probably my favorite car in this class. First of all, the styling. I mean, the outside, it's very aggressive looking, but still kind of cute. And even on the inside, everything's well laid out and the materials really have a nice fit and finish to them. And even on the base model, you get all of the safety features that you need. And the sync system is available on the base model, and it comes standard on some of the higher trim levels. Now, on the downside, I have to be honest, I know I'm being a little nitpicky here, but there are a few things. We could not find the volume control on the steering wheel. So Ford, if it's there, I'm sorry, 4 of us looked, but then my complaint would be that it's just really hard to find. I found the steering wheel and the handles to get into the car too thick for my little hands. And ladies, if you're gonna get a standard and drive in high heels, I tried a couple of different pairs and the clutch was just really hard to operate in high heels.
I don't have that issue, but the thing is, if you do wear high heels, then the 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission is there, and it is very good. What I like about it, it's a smooth, refined, quiet car to drive, and it's a subcompact. That really is quite remarkable. The power is good, 120 horsepower, especially when you get the manual. You can wring a lot of fun out of this car. The standard features on this vehicle are amazing. Lacey touched on the safety features, but all the stuff on the inside that you use every day, that's also excellent. And the dash and the way it's all put together looks fantastic. A couple of things on the downside. The back seat I find a little bit small. When you compare this vehicle, say, to the Honda Fit that has a really big back seat, it really feels quite cramped. And the other thing, Lacey, the hatchback is $4,000 more expensive than the sedan. It was like $1,500. That would be more palatable. This car is excellent. It's my top pick in my book, Motor Mouth, The Complete Canadian Car Buying Guide. Nice plug, huh? And there's so much more still to come from Ford.
And we're really excited about the new Focus coming in 2011.
How does the new Fiesta stack up against the Mazda 2? Watch both videos at drivingtelevision.com. After the break, night driving can be stressful for some drivers. We'll examine the role that headlights play for increased visibility. Here's something you might need to know. We'll examine new laws that affect your driving. And can Suzuki gain market share with the introduction of the Kizashi midsize sedan?